product to sum formulas. These four formulas involving like one side in the product form. The other side is in the sum or the difference. So that's why they are called product to sum formulas. The first one is the product of sine A and cosine B is 1/2 multiplied by sine of A plus B plus sine of A minus B. The second one is the product of cosine A and sine B is 1/2 multiplied by the quantity sine of the sum AB minus sine of the difference of AB. The third one is the product of cosine A and cosine B is 1/2 multiplied by the quantity cosine of the sum of AB plus the cosine of the difference of AB. And the last one is the product of sine A and sine B, which is 1/2 multiplied by the quantity cosine of the difference subtracted by cosine of the sum of A and B. For this example, we are going to verify the product formula number 1 for A equals 30 degrees and B equals 120 degrees. We're going to start with finding the value for the left-hand side. I'm going to write at LHS, which is the left-hand side, the sine of A multiplied by cosine of B, which means the sine of 30 degrees multiplied by cosine of 120 degrees. Sine of 30 degrees, if you do in a quick way using the right triangle diagram, 30 degrees here, 60 degrees right there. The adjacent to 30 degrees is square root 3, opposite is 1, and the hypotenuse is 2. The sine of 30 degrees is 1/2. The cosine of 120 degrees. 120 degrees is in the second quadrant, and the reference angle is 60 degrees. The cosine is negative inside. So this is the same as negative cosine of 60 degrees by using the reference angle. And negative, what is cosine of 60 degrees? Cosine of 60 degrees is the adjacent of the 60 degrees, which is 1, divided by hypotenuse, which is 2. So we have the value of cosine 120 degrees as negative 1/2. Simplify this product to be negative 1/4, which is the value of the left-hand side of the first formula. Next, we're going to look at the value of the right-hand side. The right-hand side expression is 1/2 multiplied by the quantity sine of the sum, which the sum of the angle A and angle B, or 30 degrees plus 120 degrees, plus the sine of the difference of the 30 degrees and 120 degrees. And we simplify it first before we replace with the value. The first term becomes sine of 150 degrees. The second one is sine of negative 90 degrees. Now, we look at each number. For 150 degrees in the second quadrant, so this is quadrant number 2, the sign is positive, the reference angle is, or the delta hat, is 30 degrees. And then the second part, sine of negative, we're going to use the odd function property. Sine of negative x equals negative sine x. Next step, we just use the value that we analyzed it earlier. Sine in the second quadrant remain positive, so it's the same as the sine of the reference angle, which is sine of 30 degrees. Sine negative 90 is the same as negative sine of 90 degrees. Replace the value of each one of them. So going to be 1/2 multiplied by the sine of 30 degrees, which is opposite of the 30 degrees is 1, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 2. So the first term is equivalent to the value 1/2. The sine of 90 degrees is 1. Now we get the value 1/2 multiplied by negative 1/2, which turns out to be negative 1/4, the same as the value that we evaluated. from the left hand side expression. So we are done verifying.